anything out of missing close. You don't think, oh, I'm on the wire, I'm around the area, it's going to start dropping in.
Game
And
shot
that doesn't take long to drop in for Ashley Coleman, who continues where he left off yesterday.
Scott would be wanting to cling to the coattails, but a defeat for Osborne in that game gives him a bit of a mountain to climb if he is going to try and top this group. And there is the first maximum of the day.
We didn't have to wait long, just the third leg of the day before Ashley Coleman fires in his fourth maximum of his campaign. Make that 5. He's getting stronger as the campaign goes. I mean, he's getting stronger the more time he's been here at the Super Series.
55.
First time he's here, it's a little bit sort of inconsistent, a bit in and out of form.
Game
Well, this is brilliant, and Ricardo Ham is getting a front seat view. Like, he's got a target, and at the moment he is on course to meet that target. And he hits that target as well.
Ashley Coleman.
A fantastic start from Coleman, who crushes Ricardo Ham in this opening match. The first whitewash win of the week comes in the first match of Tuesday, and the man who won all of his games on Monday, he's at it again. That is now 6 of the best for Ashley Coleman, who wins 4-0 in hammering Ham. And coming next, Colin Osborne takes on Connor Scott.
Performance so far from Connor Scott, 12 darts thrown with the darts and 170 or so points behind, but eradicates those very, very quickly.
Colin, you require
turns in one visit. He's on a 2-darter. Osborne's going to have to use all 3. And that one took a nosedive.
Connor, you require
maybe
96.
The pressure of the maximum weighing down on Osborne there. 2 darts at double 18 becomes 1 at double 9.
Game shot.
And Connor Scott wins it in style. A last leg that he didn't seem to be in, he suddenly turned around in 2 visits. A 180 followed by a 96 checkout that sees Scott see off Colin Osborne for the 2nd successive day, and in doing so pull 4 points clear of him and just 2 behind the league leader Ashley Coleman as he takes his own unbeaten run to 5 matches. Coming next, Gert de Vos takes on Stephen Jameson.
You require 123.
Only beating the 2 ADC qualifiers, Jameson and Ham. But that's lovely. A brilliant start. As easy as 1, 2, 3 for Gert de Vos.
Gert de Vos is in no mood to give anybody any opportunities or chances here.
Gets a chance though. Carves out a chance, but again, as Matthew mentioned, it's at the end of a big combination finish. And it's Gert de Vos in that one. A fantastic 4-0 win. As Foxy mauls Stephen Jameson, who played decent darts himself, and he is fully aware that he just ran into one there. An average of 9 on 102. It started with that sublime 1, 2, 3 checkout, and it carried on in that fashion. 3 attempts at the end of combos for Jameson, all of them missed, and de Vos wins by 4 legs to 0. Coming next then, Connor Scott looking to double up on wins today and increase his winning streak to 6 matches, and he takes on the so far pointless Ricardo Ham. And Osborne and Scott still to play.
Well, he's going to have to beat them not just once, twice if he is to achieve what he has set out to do.
Similar feeling to the last leg this. Ham's left himself on something. Connor Scott said, "You're not getting a go, mate."
Connor Scott. Connor, you require.
The thing is, he didn't have to stay there, did he? Double 16 for Scott to get it done. Second match start, he's missed at that target. And a third.
52.
But Ham, having been stubborn, cannot finish.
127. Connor, you require 16. Game shot.
And the run continues for Connor Scott. That is now 6 games in a row that Connor Scott has tasted victory, and he's all setting up for a big few clashes towards the back end of the day. Connor Scott temporarily moves to the top of the table, courtesy of the average just shy of a 90 and a 4-1 win over Ricardo Ham. Ashley Coleman will want his position back in top place when he takes on Stephen Jameson in our next game.
$77. Ashley, you require 10. Game shot.
And he goes for it.
Ashley
and he gets
Coleman.
it. And he carries on this brilliant winning streak. 7 from 7 now for Ashley Coleman. The Prince of Darkness disappears into the darkness, but the Group A campaign is looking bright. A 4-1 win for Coleman in his second game of the day. He will have to contend now with the players more immediately below him in the table in Connor Scott, Gert de Vos and Colin Osborne in his remaining matches today, but he remains unbeaten, and Osborne and de Vos will be on your screen next.
Colin, you require 121.
And to get it, he needs treble 17, which he can't find, so de Vos will get a look at the ton
57.
to get
Gert,
what
you
would be
require
a
100.
significant win. It's 2 at tops. Osborne peers
shot
over his
and the
shoulder
match.
and will not
Gert
like
de
what he
Vos.
saw, because Gert de Vos has made a very strong start to today, and we do have a little bit of mid-table movement here at the Modus Super Series. Colin Osborne has moved out of the top 3. Gert de Vos is now on 8 points before him. He gets his second win of the day, having only got 2 victories in the whole of yesterday. So Coleman and Scott lead de Vos, and Osborne drops into 4th place. Connor Scott in 2nd place is in action next against Stephen Jameson.
Connor, you require 108.
This would hurt Jameson,
Game
who will
shot on
feel
the
like he's
third
been hit with
leg.
blows
Connor
like that
Scott.
all day and all week so far. Another one lands against him.
12 darter, 15 darter, 2 combo finishes as well, and he's not relenting here, Connor Scott.
182.
Maybe poked the bear, didn't he, by winning that first leg, Stephen Jameson.
He's running at the mid-80s here, Jameson, not doing
85.
too much wrong. A much improved performance.
We know what he's going to try and do here. Connor Scott is looking for one of the most incredible 9-dart finishes. 180, 171,
44.
all treble 20s, all treble 19s. This could be all bulls.
This could be the greatest thing we've ever seen here at the Super Series. He's gone for it. But now the attention has
60.
to move to the more serious factor, which is...
See the most magical
Connor, you
9-dart
require
finish you could
70.
ever see. He teased the prospect, Connor Scott. But he does get the match
on
won,
the match.
and he does it in
Connor
convincing
Scott.
fashion. And the winning streak continues. 14 points now for Connor Scott with 7 successive wins, joining Ashley Coleman on that tally, and Coleman remains the only player to have beat him. The 108 checkout was in there. The finishing was fantastic in that game. 4 out of 5. Only 1 dart missed at double between the pair as well in that match. Almost something super special from Connor Scott. But in the end, it's the points that count. And he's got 2 more of them. Looking for his first points. Ricardo Ham is back after the break. He takes on Colin Osborne.
Ricardo, you require 103.
Can Ricardo Ham stay in this? That now relies on Colin
43.
Osborne missing.
Colin, you require 96.
Just becomes set-up play.
60.
Colin
Ricardo,
will
you
be eyeing up the
require
next leg.
60.
This will be a bonus opportunity should he get it. But with Ricardo Ham throwing first, you'd have
Game shot on the
expected him to
fifth
get the
leg.
chance.
Ricardo Ham.
And he takes the opportunity when he presents himself.
Game shot
Osborne
on
does
the
win.
match. Colin Osborne.
A 4-2 success against Ricardo Ham, whose losing streak continues. That now extends to 8, but Osborne's mini little slump is over. He gets his first win of the day. And he does it, well, not in super style. He was only marginally better than Ham over the course of the game, but he did take out 100 and managed to get the points. But a big, big game coming next. Ashley Coleman, who is undefeated after 7 matches in this group, is about to take on the performer of the day so far in Gert de Vos.
No problems. He's playing the form that seen him pick up that World Trophy title in 2015.
180.
Coleman's maximum hitting's been good today. Picked up in that department.
82.
He got a 3 against Steve Jameson.
180.
He got 2 against Ricardo Ham. And he's got back-to-back 180s now, Ashley Coleman, in each of his last 4 matches.
Ashley requires 86.
Quite remarkable, that. When he's on, he's on. And he's on at the moment. Fantastic. 11 dart leg. Incorporating back-to-back maximums for the 4th consecutive game. Dismissing his opponent here. Making it all about him.
80. Gert, you require 102.
I think off the top of my head, that's the 4th dart now that Ashley Coleman has lost to the floor. It's almost to the point where I'm feeling I need to start taking notes
70.
of the amount of darts he loses in a game, because it's starting
60.
to become a little bit frequent. Not though it's affecting the results or the outcome.
Game shot on the 4th leg.
This is a
Ashley
leg
Coleman.
away from his 8th victory in a row. 2 darts away,
Ashley
getting the job done.
81.
The job is done.
Game shot and
It's
the match.
class from
Ashley
Coleman. As Ashley Coleman claims an 8th win from as many matches, quickly exits the stage as he has done. It's all been business from Coleman in this group, but he upped his game against a player that had been playing really, really well so far today. A 97.62 average, 4 out of 6 on the doubles, and a 4-1 win that sees Coleman more than halfway past that target of his to be unbeaten come the end of this group. He is so far. Coming next, it's a battle at the basement between Ricardo Ham and Stephen Jameson.
Some
16.
Challenge Tour events and picked up a couple of wins on the Challenge Tour as well.
Game shot on a 2nd leg.
Combination
Stephen
finishes was
Jameson.
something we said Stephen Jameson is being forced into throughout the day.
When you require 40.
So to make it a repeat
Game shot
of
and the match.
yesterday's result,
Stephen Jameson.
away the lad, Stephen Jameson gets a 4-2 win over Ricardo Ham for the 2nd day. He beats Ham and leaves him stranded on no points at the foot of the table. That victory for Jameson, well, despite the lower average, but as explained by Matthew Egger, that all down to that 13 dart leg from Ricardo Ham, is best in the group so far. But it's Jameson who doubles his points tally in the game, and Ham is yet to get off the mark. Big game now towards the top of the table. Connor Scott looking to eliminate the gap between himself and table topper Ashley Coleman. To do it, he'll have to defeat Gert de Vos.
$140.
So 6 darts
Connor,
there
you
for
require
Connor Scott to get
64.
the job done and keep this main event clash on the horizon.
24. 60. Connor, you require 40.
Well, those planets will collide come the end of the
Game
day,
shot
and
and the
Connor
match.
Scott will carry
Connor
on his
Scott.
charge towards it. He makes it 4 from 4 today, 8 from 8 successive games, and 8 from 9 overall as he hops off the stage, ready for that showdown with Coleman come the end of the day. A 4-1 win against Gert de Vos. Coleman looking to respond and looking to remain undefeated. He takes on Colin Osborne after this short break. Just thinking
Ashley
he's got to try and not be
requires
attracted
64.
to those 2 darts, and that's exactly what happened there. Had the other half of the bed available. Couldn't avoid the
Game
darts
shot
that
on
were
the
there.
3rd leg. Ashley
And
Coleman.
Coleman does get that break with a helping hand from Osborne.
What would be his biggest finish of the week so far?
$136.
Well, he
Ashley
ran it
require
close.
40.
But nobody
Shot and the match,
can get
Ashley
close
Coleman.
to Coleman. It is another emphatic win for Ashley Coleman. 4-1 once again. He remains undefeated. 9 from 9 from the Prince of Darkness, who is going to go into that final game of the day against Connor Scott, looking to go through the card for the second successive day. He's won his last 9. Scott has won his last 8. That is coming up to close today's session, but 2 games before it, Jameson against Osborne, and next, DeVos versus Ham.
Ricardo, you require 101.
It's not been
69.
picture perfect here from
you
Gert
require
DeVos, but he's got a chance to get the
122.
job done and get the points, which could be vital from the end of this campaign, but low again. That has been the miss here for DeVos.
106. Ricardo, you require 32. Game shot on a 6th leg.
No miss
Ricardo
for
Ham.
Ricardo Ham. We go the distance, and for the first time today, Ricardo Ham reaches.
Se- 123. Gert, you require 106.
Got the score in half, but it should have been so much better, so much bigger. Is that as close as Ham is going to come?
86.
We'll get a look at the
Ricardo,
1, 2,
you
3.
require 123.
And it's gone already. No opportunity. Just makes Gert DeVos's life a little bit easier.
83. Gert, you require 20.
Double 5.
Game shot.
And
and
Ricardo
the match.
Ham
Gert DeVos.
ends a second straight day with no wins to his name. It's DeVos who gets the victory in that one. The Belgian makes it 3 from 5 on Tuesday, building on 2 wins yesterday. Had to work hard against Ham in that one. Ham actually had the higher average in the game and got to 3 legs for only the second time in the last 2 days. But ultimately is beaten and remains on no points at the bottom of the table. Everything is gearing up towards that quality curtain closer when Coleman takes on Scott in a race for first place. But coming next, Steve Jameson against Colin Osborne.
5. Colin, you require 164.
Probably a bad time to
Game
make
shot on
that
a
point,
5th
wasn't it?
leg. Colin Osborne.
As Colin Osborne slams in a 164. Point
Stephen,
here,
you require
Stephen Jameson.
93.
Gone aggressive.
Game shot
And a
and the
sizable
match.
upset
Stephen
here in the last
Jameson.
game for Stephen Jameson at the Super Series. He's got a victory on the board against only one other than Ricardo Ham, and that is his 6th point of the campaign. He's happy about it for sure. A beautiful finish there to get him over the line, and a 4-2 success against a former PDC major finalist. But our final game is the big one. It's the men who are on an unbeaten run. Ashley Coleman taking on Connor Scott. He only needs the 1 treble here to get a dart at the ball. The dart at the ball it is.
Game
And
shot
that's
on the
all he
first
needs. A
leg. Connor
big,
Scott.
big moment in a big, big game from a big, big player. Connor Scott breaks the throw.
Second leg. It's Connor to
Has
throw
remained
first.
favourite. No need to stress about the miss.
127. Connor, you require 32. No score. Ashley, you
He
require
did the hard work.
54.
Taking out the big 1-2-3 finish to break the throw. Was unable
on
to
a
do the
second
more
leg.
simple
Ashley
task of hitting
Coleman.
the double 16, and Ashley Coleman says thank you very much. First poke at a double in every single leg so far. He'll probably feel he could have been off the stage with a 4-0
10.
win, but Ashley
Connor,
Coleman
you require 32.
actually returning the
Game
favour.
shot on the 5th leg. Connor
And
Scott.
Connor Scott for the 5th time breaks the throw.
Double 5. Oh, Drama.
No score.
Drama.
Ashley, you require 20.
Every time Connor Scott's had the darts, he's done the same thing. He's had a handful to hold. He's got another go.
No score.
That was a
Connor,
furious
you
start from
require
Coleman, the
20.
frustration boiling over. He earmarked the perfect record in the
Game
group,
shot. And the
but it's
match,
Connor Scott
Connor Scott.
who enjoys the perfect day. A first defeat inflicted on Ashley Coleman, and Scott moves top of the table with that win. Both players on 18 points, only defeated by each other. Scott by Coleman in the first match of yesterday, Coleman by Scott in the last match of today. A really dramatic darting duel which saw breaks aplenty, but it means that Connor Scott completes the card, and we will hear from the man with the perfect record on Tuesday in a few moments' time. Stay with us. Well, this time yesterday we chatted to the player who had won every single match. Today we're going to do that again, but it's a different player, Connor Scott. Good battle with Ashley there, all sort of ending in that final game. Just sum up how you feel about that match and your day in general.
I feel good about my day in general. I think I let it slip a little bit yesterday. I missed a few chances, and the same in that one to get a bit of a better scoreline for myself. I've come into this week fairly confident, not outwardly so, but inwardly so, just to not ruffle feathers and things. I felt I could have won that one 4-1, 4-0, just because I was breaking him so heavily each time. But when your brain sort of ticks in, I was letting him break me back each time after, and it was almost like a fighting a losing battle. I was very lucky that Ashley missed then, otherwise I would have had to have potentially broke him, was that 4 times on the bounce for the breaks, which is stupid. That shouldn't happen in a game of darts, really, like 4 breaks in a row. But
Do you feel that was just down to the importance of the match? Do you think it was a must-win match? He would have been 4 points clear. Instead, you're level going into the final day.
yeah, definitely, not just for myself, but for all the other players in the group as well. Like, if someone's running through the card 2 days in a row, same as James Wilson done against me when I was down here previously. I think he beat me twice in a row, maybe 3 times in a row. I just couldn't seem to get the win against him, so I was very much determined not to let that happen again. But if there's a player in that room that runs through the card twice, it makes it very, very hard, not just for myself, but for everyone else. Everyone in that room is very capable watching the practice darts of beating Ashley, beating myself. So it takes a lot of weight off of their shoulders as well, because it helps qualification for Group Bs or winning the group and things like that, because they know he can be beaten.
And Matt, we were sat here with Ashley yesterday. He was talking about not just going through the card again today, but doing it for the whole group. How big a sort of confidence dent has Connor just inflicted on Ashley there?
I don't think it'll dent his confidence too much, but I think it may distract him a little bit now from the goal. It's very easy to come in and go, right, I'm going to do 15 from 15, and that's the target, that's the goal. And when that goes, now what he's got to do, he's got to try and win the group. But to win the group now, he's got to reflect on the table. Until you lose, you know where you are in the table, you're at the top. And it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. Until you lose, you're at the top. He's now lost, so he's got to look at that now. He's got to look at the legs, he's got to look at the points. And he may get drawn into a battle that maybe he's not familiar with. He may start looking around the room, that player's in that position, I need to beat this guy needs to beat that. And you get distracted by the stories. And those stories just add pressure when you go on that stage.
Speaking of personal targets, there's one of your own, isn't there, here at the Super Series? We saw it again today. That 9-darter with the 3 treble 20s, the 3 treble 19s, and then finishing on 3 balls. We're looking at it here. Did you think this was going to be the one?
I did, mainly because against Stephen, before it started and before Jack got up on stage to do the refereeing, I was actually practicing on the bullseye beforehand. So I think I'd hit 3 balls beforehand up there already. So I thought, if it's ever going to go, it's going to go now. Like you'll see after the 3 treble 19s here, I almost have a little moment with myself. Rather than rushing straight back after Stephen throws, you'll see me, like I normally do, drying my hands on my towel. Like I'll go from here and I'll go back over just to sort of calm myself down a little bit, just to try and make sure I've got the best opportunity for it. Obviously I messed it up, but I
mean, it's a narrow miss. Did you feel like it was maybe going in, that first one, when it left your hand?
I did feel like I thought, right, if the first one goes in, nice and high sort of thing, then I was like, right, I've got a great chance here. But for me, it's not even like a cocky, flashy way of doing a 9. It's a 9-darter no one's ever gonna forget, which is why a few weeks ago you saw like Andreas Harrison and people like that trying it as well, because it's never going to be forgotten. If you can do a 9-darter and 3 bullseyes, no one's ever going to forget it. It's not even about becoming like breaking the internet or becoming famous or anything like that. It's just no one's ever going to forget that moment. Like, no matter what else I was to, like, what I do in darts from now, if I was to hit a bullseye on a 9-darter on 3 bullseyes, no one's going to forget that for a long time to come. And that's sort of the reason why I do it.
I did just want to talk to you as well about your counting in general, because we touched on it, the different ways you have of going, but myself and Matt have been watching in comms how early in a leg you start counting, and that's really important. Do you think that sort of gives you an extra edge on a lot of players?
Yeah, it can. It can definitely give me an extra edge, but on the sort of, it's a double-edged sword. Like, you can do that leaving 344, 347, 350 after 6 or whatever. Then you can put your pressure on yourself to hit that 180, 177 to try and leave yourself a shot after. So you've got to be a little bit differently built, where you're not worrying so much about hitting that 180 after to potentially leave a 12. So you've really got to be relaxed while you're doing it, because if you're setting yourself up for it, you're almost saying, right, I'm going to hit a 180 next shot and leave myself a finish, and I'm going to get a chance at it. If you're not doing that, you need to sort of not take the confidence from not hitting that 180 and leaving yourself a finish. Sort of, because not a lot of people count like that, so you should give yourself chances here and there.
I'm fully in the camp that Connor Scott is here, and I find it frustrating sometimes when you watch season campaigners go up and we talk about the evolution of the game and the percentages and now the difference between the levels. When you see people outside the top 32 winning major titles now, you've got to look at that advantage in terms of a mathematical sense. And if you're only getting that one treble and you're using the 19s, a lot of the time you're going to be stuck on 342. You hit a 180, you're still 9 darts away from that 342. So you're still as beneficial in terms of a darting sense as being a 501 or 342. And that could be the big difference. So you've got to make that 180 count if it does come. And the evolution of the counting, a lot of people can learn from Connor.
And he's touched on confidence there. He spoke about, actually, at the start of this chat, inward confidence. We've been chatting about this. Maybe direct a little bit of your question at Connor, or maybe a bit of advice, because we'd like to see that confidence be a bit more outward, wouldn't we?
I certainly would. I mean, I'm definitely a little bit more in a practice room. I like to sort of, shall we say, assert it a little bit. Even if I don't fully believe it, I'm going to be in there giving it the mouth. And yeah, I'm more in that camp. Connor's completely the opposite. Maybe needs to find a balance somewhere between the two, just to sort of assert what should really be dominance that would be coming this week.
Just to touch on that a little bit for the confidence in the practice room. Since Ashley beat me first game yesterday, I've been playing, do you know Tons, 1st to 21? Yeah. I've been playing that game ever since that first game since then. And I think today I won 21-7, 21-5 and 21-10. Just to try and let him know that I can score, I can do what I can do. Just so for me, it's not a verbally putting my persona into the practice room, but I can do it on a dartboard. That's cool. I don't feel I don't feel like I'm being cocky doing that. But I can play tons. I played tons against like the likes of Stephen Bunting and Damon Hector and people like that, and Chizzy, and I've beaten those guys at tons at the Pro Tour and stuff like that. So I know that's sort of my ball game. If I do need to get back into a group and someone does want to play practice games, I know that I can hold my own in those practice games, and that's the little bit of confidence boost that I can give to myself, and also just a little chip into someone else's psyche as well. Not trying to play tactics as such, but just letting them know and letting myself know that I can do this.
I can vouch it. Don't play this man at cricket. He's done me on this game myself, so yeah, do not play this man at cricket.
Trebles. I'm okay at trebles. Doubles sometimes a little bit iffy, but trebles I can do.
Trebles and doubles have been going pretty well today, and we'll just let you take a look at this. This is the league table, and it shows that you have climbed to the top.
Hooray!
Of it. Leg difference is the separation there. So look, it could come down to the match between you and Ashley tomorrow, but we have seen good stuff from Colin Osborne. We've seen decent stuff from Gert de Vos. Stephen Jameson's been improving as well today, so I'm assuming you won't be taking anything for granted tomorrow.
One to watch tomorrow will be Ricardo Ham. Just from how he's doing in the practice room, and it seems to be he's growing in confidence and comfortability every game he gets up there. If you watch someone like that's throw, you can tell he's been playing for a long time. He's had a 9-darter in an actual match before, away from here. He can really play the game. You can tell it on the practice board, and when he gets up there for his first few throws, you can sort of see it. It's just where he's missing, say like a 68 or an 84, he's missing that last darter double and not getting another chance. All he needs is maybe to get to that sort of 3-1 up sort of thing, and then he'll feel a lot more comfortable in himself. But you can see just by his throw and his demeanour, the guy can play darts and has played darts for a long time. So I think he'll be a dangerous one tomorrow for a lot of players.
But in terms of getting through to finals night from this group, it's between Connor and Ashley. What's it going to take to win this group tomorrow?
One little touch of class, and it's going to be decided in a couple of minutes. Par levels, there's not a lot between this group. It's all going to come down to just a couple of moments, a couple of throws, and that's all it's going to take, just in the right places.
Maybe even a special 9-dart finish. That could be the difference.
Maybe. I think there'll be a couple of spoilers tomorrow. I think Gert, Colin and Ricardo will be spoiling a few people's days tomorrow.
There we go.
Just from what I've been seeing.
You heard it here first. Connor, congratulations today. Brilliant day's play. Good luck tomorrow. Matthew, thanks for your company. And thank you for your company as well. The action gets back underway 9:30 a.m. as this group concludes. It is a collision course between Coleman and Scutt. But today, well, Connor Scutt let his darts do the talking.